The king of Chinese supermarkets is on the verge of being sold. After Bubugao was declared bankrupt, RT-Mart, which had previously caused a sensation in China, is now approaching a turning point in its fate. The Chinese retail industry has recently made headlines with major news. RT-Mart, a large supermarket chain originating in Taiwan and once popular across Taiwan, mainland China, and Hong Kong, is reportedly up for sale. An insider revealed to the media that RT-Mart's parent company, Hong Kong-listed supermarket leader Sun Art Retail, is actively seeking buyers. As a major asset of Sun Art Retail, RT-Mart started in Taiwan, became popular in China, and was recognized as the first large chain supermarket chain in the history of retail fully designed, planned, and managed by Chinese people. In 1999, RT-Mart shocked the global retail industry by reaching a revenue of 24 billion yuan. To expand further, RT-Mart partnered with France's Xi'an in 2000 to increase its globalization efforts. 9 years later, RT-Mart achieved another milestone by surpassing Carrefour with a revenue of 40.4 billion yuan, earning the title King of Chinese Supermarkets. In 2011, RT-Mart and Auchan merged, and their IPO in Hong Kong led Sun Art Retail to surpass Walmart, becoming China's largest retailer. However, with the rise of Alibaba's founder Jack Ma's new retail concept and the e-commerce boom, Sun Art Retail began to face significant challenges. In 2017, Alibaba acquired a controlling stake in Sun Art Retail with an investment totaling 28 billion Hong Kong dollars, indirectly raising Sun Art Retail's market value above 100 billion Hong Kong dollars. However, the success was short-lived. Under Alibaba's management, Sun Art Retail faced operational losses and declining performance, with market value dropping closer to its peak as nearly 80 billion Hong Kong dollars vanished. Rumors now suggest that RT-Mart may be sold, a fate seen as unfortunate for the king of supermarkets. In just 1 month, China's retail landscape has shifted. This month, 3 major events reshaping the future of the retail industry occurred. In late September, Yonghui Supermarket, a major chain that had raised over 20 billion yuan, underwent a leadership change. Miniso, the US-listed 10 yuan store, acquired Yonghui at a transaction price of 6.3 billion yuan, a rare, snake-swallowing elephant acquisition in the 2024 retail industry. The deal caused a stir, leading JD.com, a major shareholder, to cut its losses and exit. Investing in traditional retail has been a strategic move for internet giants looking to adapt to trends. To succeed in retail, it's crucial to combine online and offline channels to create a closed-loop ecosystem. JD.com's founder, Liu Qiangdong, pursued this vision in 2015, dreaming of building a global retail giant and prioritizing offline retail. After much deliberation, he chose Yonghui Supermarket. Also, in 2015, Liu Qiangdong visited Yonghui Supermarket in Fuzhou, despite his busy schedule due to his wedding, praising Yonghui's unique fresh food supply chain model as something irreplicable, similar to JD.com's own model. Following this visit, JD.com invested 4.31 billion yuan in Yonghui, making Liu Qiangdong the first internet company CEO to invest heavily in traditional retail. The competitive pressure within the internet industry sometimes leads to rivalries. The year after JD.com's investment in Yonghui, Jack Ma launched his 5 New strategy at the Yunqi conference. New retail, new finance, new manufacturing, new technology, and new energy. He emphasized new retail as both a challenge to traditional retail and an opportunity. Yet, before discussing challenges and opportunities, Yonghui Supermarket fell into a prolonged crisis, with a 3-year operating loss totaling 8 billion yuan from 2021 to 2023. In 2024, Yonghui attempted a bold shift, learning from Pang Donglai, a unique case in traditional Chinese retail that operated independently of the major internet giants. This effort gained attention but yielded disappointing results. Ultimately, JD.com had to exit, incurring losses. Liu Qiangdong's venture into Yonghui Supermarket ended with regret. RT-Mart is set to be sold, creating a buzz even greater than the sales of Yonghui Supermarket and Bubugao. Jack Ma may have introduced the new retail concept, but he hasn't managed to fully integrate the online plus offline closed-loop ecosystem. In the history of Chinese retail, RT-Mart has greatly influenced the industry and is a true pioneer of private supermarkets. Known as the first large-scale chain supermarket fully designed, planned, and managed by Chinese people, it symbolizes a uniquely Chinese retail concept. RT-Mart's story began with the Ruintex Group in Shanghai in 1943 before moving to Taiwan. In 1996, Ruintex Group's management launched RT-Mart in Taiwan with the ambition of creating a Chinese-owned supermarket chain across China. Within just 3 years, RT-Mart achieved 24 billion yuan in revenue in China, astonishing even global retail giants. At the turn of the century, Ruintex Group aimed to broaden RT-Mart's reach and formed a joint venture with France's Xi'an in 2000, pursuing global expansion. This strategy nearly doubled RT-Mart's performance, and by 2009, it was generating 40.4 billion yuan, surpassing Carrefour in China and earning the title King of Chinese Supermarkets. To expand further, RT-Mart and Xi'an merged for a Hong Kong IPO, elevating Sun Art Retail, a Hong Kong-listed company, above Walmart to briefly become China's largest retailer. At that time, RT-Mart was exceptionally strong, with few foreign competitors able to match it in China. RT-Mart's pride also lay in the fact that French Xi'an actively invested in RT-Mart rather than RT-Mart relying on Xi'an's investment, marking a point of pride in Chinese retail. In 2016, the new retail concept disrupted traditional retail. Amid this shift, Jack Ma's attention turned to RT-Mart. In 2017, Alibaba invested $2.88 billion to acquire a 36.16% stake in Sun Art Retail, becoming its second-largest shareholder. At the time, there were reports suggesting that RT-Mart was seeking transformation to adapt to the digital era, and collaboration with Jack Ma, the pioneer of the new retail concept, seemed beneficial. Soon, RT-Mart was known as one of Jack Ma's favorites. Alibaba then invested an additional 28 billion Hong Kong dollars, holding 72% of Sun Art Retail and taking control of RT-Mart. Zhang Yang, then Alibaba's leader, remarked, RT-Mart is different because of Alibaba, and Alibaba is different because of RT-Mart. This sentiment reflected RT-Mart's significance to Alibaba and Jack Ma. By 2020, this epic internet giant plus traditional retail giant collaboration drove Xi'an Retail's market value past 100 billion Hong Kong dollars. Under the new retail concept, RT-Mart grew rapidly, expanding to over 600 stores in China. However, despite Alibaba's digital expertise, RT-Mart received limited digital support and remained relatively independent within Alibaba. Its strong offline presence and long history limited others from making drastic changes. Managing such a large entity has its challenges, and as time marches on, so do problems. In 2024, RT-Mart could no longer sustain its position. During the 2024 fiscal year, RT-Mart reported a staggering 1.668 billion yuan loss, a decline of 2,238.5%. The financial report attributed the loss to poor operations and ongoing store closures. Reports emerged that over 20,000 employees had resigned, leading Alibaba, RT-Mart's financial sponsor, to lose patience. Even with experienced hires, Alibaba's stance on RT-Mart shifted. Jack Ma now spends much of his time overseas, focusing on going global with e-commerce, while Alibaba's chairman, Joseph Tsai, who loves investments and basketball, did not handle the Sun Art Retail acquisition himself. Former CEO Zhang Yang left, and finding someone willing to remain patient with RT-Mart proved difficult. Earlier this year, rumors surfaced that Alibaba is planning to sell RT-Mart and reevaluate its retail assets. Alibaba's CEO Wu Yongming stated, "Our priority is to double down on the internet platform business, AI-driven technology, and global network expansion, making more decisive choices. Investment now focuses on technology, a priority unrelated to traditional retail. RT-Mart has had a glorious past, but it remains a product of traditional retail. Each era has its own demands." Jack Ma once aimed to build a global retail giant, a vision shared by all major e-commerce platforms. Yet, the ambitions of large companies have shifted. Alongside the potential sale of RT-Mart, Alibaba has restructured its business. For instance, its Taotian group, Taobao Tmall, recently partnered with JD Logistics. After more than a decade of rivalry, Liu Qiangdong and Jack Ma put aside their differences to make peace. The cat and dog war is now history, and it seems easy for Alibaba to abandon RT-Mart. In mid-October, Sun Art Retail temporarily suspended trading with a market value of less than 20 billion Hong Kong dollars. After resuming trading, its market value reached 20.224 billion Hong Kong dollars. An insider recently revealed to the media that Sun Art Retail is actively looking for buyers. Once the deal is finalized, it could become the largest acquisition in China's retail industry this year. International fast fashion brand Oysho closes online and offline stores in China. Recently, Oysho, a subsidiary of the world-renowned fast fashion giant Inditex Group, announced that it will stop operating its Tmall official flagship store, the only online channel in China. The other three brands under the group had previously closed their online sales channels. In just 9 months this year, the number of Oysho stores in the mainland market decreased by 21, with an average of 2 stores closing each month. Daily Economic News reported on October 22nd that Oysho Tmall's online customer service staff said, "Due to the company's business adjustments, we will stop the operation of Oysho Tmall's official flagship store from November 17th. It is reported that Tmall is the only online channel officially operated by Oysho, with 3.77 million fans. Founded in 2001, Oysho was originally positioned as an underwear brand, but later gradually added sports and leisure categories, expanding its product line to include big sports styles, and even introducing shoes, bags, rackets, trekking poles, etc. Product prices start from a few dozen yuan, and the most expensive can reach thousands of yuan. Oysho and another fashion brand, Zara, belong to the Inditex Group. After 3 years of the epidemic in China, Oysho's stores in Suzhou, Shenzhen, Chengdu, Xi'an, and other places have been closing since the end of 2023. In March this year, the Inditex Group released its 2023 fiscal year annual report, showing that, as of January 31st, 2024, Oysho had 25 physical stores in the mainland market. According to the Inditex Group, Oysho currently operates a total of 4 stores in the mainland China market. According to a comparison of financial reports, in just 9 months this year, the number of Oysho stores in the mainland market has decreased by 21, with an average of 2 stores closing each month. However, in terms of performance, Oysho is still growing in the global market. According to the Inditex Group's 2023 fiscal year annual report, Oysho's sales increased by 10% to 744 million euros, accounting for about 2% of the group's overall sales. In addition to Zara and Oysho closing their mainland stores on a large scale, in 2022, when the epidemic in China was at its peak, 3 brands under the Inditex Group, Bershka, Pull&Bear, and Stradivarius, issued store closure notices in their respective e-commerce flagship stores, announcing that from July 31st, 2022, the 3 brands' Tmall official flagship stores would stop selling the brand's product lines, and the brand's online customer service and brand customer service hotlines would be extended to August 31st. In fact, not only are many brands under the Inditex Group closing stores, but fast fashion giants such as H&M and Uniqlo have slowed down their development in the Chinese market and have closed stores one after another. In addition, fast fashion brands such as Superdry, Old Navy, and C&A have successively withdrawn from the Chinese market.